is Puma.
You defeated Boken's brother, and I think I distributed the XP and also the items.
Yes.
I think you did, yes.
And let me check the party sheet.
I'm also checking.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah,
Yes, we did, because we have the tarnished silver.
Yeah, that says silver locket. Yeah, that's
And
something
then
you can
you
turn
told
into
us-
Boken later for gold reward.
Yes, and you also told us we're still in our land. We open a new quest that is a treasure hunt that is in our lands, and it's near the big fallen tree, and it's about kobolds.
Oh yes, let me see. Let me make sure that's in your quest log. Yeah, you found a treasure map. Find the lonely barrow, defeat the guardian, and get the treasure.
That's right. All right.
Oh, I forgot exactly which direction it was. I was gonna mark it off for you. Oh no, I marked it off on your other map, didn't I? Yeah, I did.
It's where where the kobolds were the last time. Near the tree where the kobolds were, like 1x away from that tree.
Yeah. Now I remember. So it's the edge of Tuskwater. Yeah, I have it right here. Yeah, and it's also marked off on your personal map, so you should. Yeah, so you know where it is if you want to go after it later on.
Okay. For some strange reason, I don't have my maps anymore, which is weird because I put them in the.
I also have a
in the
link.
spaces below.
I have a link to your the second map, the one that you use where you mark up. I have that link in everybody's character sheet. I think it's under notes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. And you did mark the treasure hunt.
You guys also met that new character Ekundayo. He's on a quest.
The ranger.
Yeah, he's on a quest to hunt down a troll named Haruka. All right, it's all marked off. And presently, you guys are on your way to that X, that white X.
Yeah.
You're on your way because that's where Jubilost has kind of identified where the mud from the boots are. All right. So the day passes. You guys are in your own lands, but starting today, the next day, you will be leaving your own lands. So we're going to be going with travel rules, camping, etc. You guys are going to be in the Now Marshes. So if you encounter any random encounters in here, they're going to be tough, tougher than you have had before, obviously. Remember that encounter with the troll hounds that was in the Now Marshes, so it might be something like that if you do get them. The DCs you have to pass to do camping in the Now Marshes are also higher. They're going to be 20.
Cool.
So going by travel rules, this is the beginning of the day. So on every day, just a refresher for travel rules, every day you take a travel action. You guys have mounts. You have horses and you have a wagon. So your travel speed is 2 hexes. However, you are also on difficult terrain inside the Now Marshes. So your total movement for the day is 1 hex. You can do a forced march to do 2 hexes. But the forced march, encounters problems when you camp. Because you'll be tired.
Okay. All right, let's just do 1 hex.
You can actually move the marker whichever hex you want.
So it'll either be here or the other one.
Yeah.
What do people want? No, it doesn't matter to me.
Do me a favor, John. Show me that map that has the travel marker, because the one that you have in your map, the Stolen Lands, is the one that has the yellow X's.
This is the other map. This is the map that you guys can mark up. The map that we're using to play the game has too much stuff in it for you to mark stuff up. So that's why I created a second map. So those two X's are the 1 X is your destination right now.
I don't have. Only have the. I think she's saying we only have that map up because that's what I can see as well.
Oh, the regular world map. I don't. They used to have a button that lets me share it, but I don't think that.
But in my function bar.
Okay, got it. Oh, I finally see where we are. And I'm not. And instead of putting it down, I'm just going to put it on my character sheet.
Yeah, this map you should put in your hotbar character sheet because we use it all the time.
Also, hello guys, I just joined in.
Oh, hey.
Welcome.
Well,
And Valerie's not here, so I don't know why she's in the character. Yeah, Valerie's not here right now, actually, because you guys took Jathaw this time.
Yes.
So I'll take her out. So you guys,
Okay.
you
Thank
guys
you,
are
John.
moving this this hex?
Yes.
Okay. So it's great that you moved into this hex. So when you move into this hex, you trigger something. So you take one kind of action to move into the hex, and you move really deep into the Nar Marshes, very deep into the swamp, to an area where it gets very. You move into an area where it gets the canopy gets very, very thick. There's a sickly sweet stench of decay that hangs thick in this woodland. It's not much of there's not much of a path to walk. The only place that's not completely soaked is a very narrow path through the trees. Most of the trees are dead husks. There are a couple of trees that are still alive, but this is very deep into the swamp. And this narrow path goes in and kind of starts splitting off in different directions. Where since the place is not mapped and you haven't been here before, you guys just take the best direction, the easiest path. What appears to be the safest path, and after a while you feel like you're kind of lost and you're a little bit lost. You're not sure what direction you're going for a while, and when you look up, there's such a thick canopy of trees that you can't really see the sky to orient you. But it does appear like there's enough light streaming out of the canopy of trees to kind of indicate that it's probably somewhere around afternoon. There's withered vegetation that's struggling to grow in a ragged clumps along a multitude of bones strewn across the forest floor.
Well, I'm proceeding very perceptibly because this sounds like Gankland. Dangerous.
Well, the only path you see, the only kind of path that's walkable, gets more and more narrow and it's surrounded on both sides by so much bog that it wouldn't be reasonable to try to even wade through. So you guys have horses and you have a wagon. So if you go into the bog, you're gonna get into like the never-ending story with Artex. That horse sinks down and dies. So you're kind of worried that you can't take your horses. So you're gonna have to only take the safe path. But as you walk along this path, you do see that it has been weathered in the past because you see some old wagon tracks. So people must have passed through here at some point in the past, in the recent past. But the deeper you go, a fog starts building up. There's a smell of just rotten, swamp debris, and it gets stronger as you go deeper. And then you kind of get a really uncomfortable feeling, like the hairs on the back of your neck start standing up. You kind of get this feeling that something may be watching you.
I'm having my owl, Jaco, fly out ahead.
Your owl flies out ahead. It's very difficult to fly because because of the thickness of the canopy and the fog. Visibility is terrible. But he does kind of a loop around. He takes a close look. You can roll a perception for him too. See,
Okay.
see if
I'm trying to. I think his perception is a +8. Yeah, that's what I remember. Okay. Yes, it is. So I can't roll him because I don't have an NPC sheet for him, but I will just put a modifier of what it is. And
yeah, that'll be fine.
Not so good.
He doesn't see anything out of the ordinary. The fog is very thick. Your visibility is barely maybe 15 feet. He sees that up above him there's a lot of very tall trees, and below him he sees the path continues down. Path gets very narrow, about the size where barely your wagon can fit through.
Right. Okay. There we are.
Can I use stealth to see if there's anything worthwhile, like strange footprints or something like that we should be aware of?
What'd you say? Stealth?
It should be survival.
I mean, survivor. So survival.
Yeah, you can roll a survival.
Okay.
Well, as you look around on the ground, you can see, as I said before, this path has been traveled before. You don't know when. There are old wagon tracks and horse prints. So people must have come through here at some point. You don't see anything that is unusual, out of the ordinary.
Okay. I still don't feel anything wrong, guys.
Good. Because it seems like a dangerous place, Neg is seeking. He's using his seek ability, his keen eyes, his seek abilities, so he's more perceptive against creatures.
Yeah, we got a map. For some reason, I think the map is having trouble loading. Oh no! Now it's loaded.
Maybe it's giving time.
Yeah, it might be a big map.
All right, so it's not that big. All right, so there you go. So you guys are here. This is the wooded area. This is sort of the tightest area of the path. It kind of stoops down and it bends over. When you look, you listen and you can hear some buzzing of insects. You hear a frog croaking, just standard sounds that you would be expecting in a forest. Surrounding you are some husks of dead trees, as well as some living trees, and then some of the taller trees that are forming the canopy above. You kind of try to listen to see if there's any movement, any shifting. You don't hear anything that sounds abnormal. But the every step you take deeper into this path, just gives you a very uneasy feeling.
Yeah, it looks like a good spot for an ambush.
John, I'm going to turn on a torch for myself,
What happened there?
What'd you say? A church?
just in case. Torch.
Torch.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the problem is not lack of light. The problem is the fog, decreasing visibility.
Okay, so that means that we can see but
You
like,
can see,
how much-
but about 15 feet, anything more than 15 feet ahead, a lot of stuff is obscured.
Okay, perfect. Then I did not turn on the torch.
I'm gonna continue flying Jaco out ahead of us, so he can scout out.
Oh, let me turn off token lock. We don't need token lock right now. Yeah, token lock's only for combat.
Okay.
Once
I
again,
am going
Jacob-
to be
You're trying to set us up.
Once again, Jaco flies ahead. He kind of swoops around. He takes a look. He doesn't see anything that would be alarming. Very much the same. Bunch of dead trees. Of some bog.
Now, Neg's on a riding dog. Can this dog actually go in the bog if it needs to?
Yes, but because your dog is not like a combat-oriented kind of animal, what's going to happen is if combat starts, you have to roll nature checks on your animal to keep it steady, or else it'll just start fleeing.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd probably jump off it if.
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys want to stay on your mounts, there are mount rules of being on a mount. But every single round of combat, that mount has to roll a will save. Otherwise, that mount is just going to flee. And as the mount flees, it's you're going to be going with it. So you have to jump off of it. So unless your mounts are combat mounts, they don't you generally don't bring them into combat, or else the rules are really stacked against you because all they're going to do is flee every turn.
So what I'm going to do, John, is that I'm not mounting Blueberry, which is my horse, and I'm just walking next to it while holding the reins.
Well, as you turn the corner going down, you realize that the ground is kind of murky, and there's a lot of kind of bog, and you're kind of concerned that there may be some quicksand there, just based on the way the bog looks. So you can continue on your mount, but if in these kinds of situations, you don't want to be on your mount if it steps in quicksand.
Yeah,
Hey, John,
I don't want that.
Could we grab very large sticks and kind of just prod out in front of us as you walk, just to make sure there isn't quicksand in front of us?
Yeah, you guys know to avoid. You've traveled enough to where you know to avoid areas where you're going to get mired down. Actually, it's not technically quicksand in the swamp. It's they call it quagmire. Quicksand is actually in those areas that are real sand. But you can still get stuck in the quagmire where you get stuck and you get dragged down. But typically, it's not like quicksand where your whole body will get engulfed and you'll die. But you can really get badly stuck in the quagmire inside the swamp. So you can see that the ground ahead of you is very soft.
All right. Well, if nobody else will, I guess I'll take point.
So you walk forward and you
I'll
see an old lamppost. This is clearly not a modern construction. It looks like it's some sort of ancient ruin.
Interesting.
But it's pretty much like a placeholder or marker or lamppost. As you get closer, you see some writing on it.
Okay. I'll try and read the writing.
Do you speak Dwarven?
I do.
Oh, you do. So if you speak Dwarven, then you automatically recognize this lamppost as of ancient Dwarven origin. It's probably been here for several centuries. Definitely not new. And scrawled on it is some sort of old Dwarven saying, and it is a warning of some sort. But unfortunately, the stone has degraded to the point where you can't read the entire text.
Okay. Is there enough to discern anything from it? Like, I know it's not the whole thing, but is it like the last word, or is it like a good chunk of the saying?
There's not that much of it. It just says it marks off an ancient like a path, like a road sign, and it's an ancient Dwarven, and it's common knowledge that in the past there was a Dwarven civilization that arose and fell around here as well in your lands. These dwarves are some of the first dwarves to have come out of the ground. And they established a very brief empire that lasted maybe 200, 300 years or so before they were driven out by roving monsters and ogres and whatnot. But when they were here, they had built very good roads, and their dwarven construction is so good that oftentimes you see a lot of this dwarven ruin that still remains. And this is what you're looking at. You're looking at this is ancient dwarven construction. It's like a bit of an artifact in front of you. That this sign is more of a utility type sign. It's sort of like a road sign, so people passing by can know which direction is what. But you see one word in Dwarven that is the word for warning. Below that, the stone is broken, so you can't read anymore.
Okay. And does it give... And how does the lamppost work? Are they like... Does that indicate any type of direction with how the lamppost is?
Well,
or?
it's a stone structure, and typically on the structure they would hang a lamp and light it. But obviously it hasn't been used for quite some time.
Okay. So, this dwarven side, it's giving some sort of warning.
Yeah,
I can't read the rest of
it says warning. That's as much as you can make out of it. Unfortunately, because it's a ruin, the stonework is degraded, and you can't read the rest of the writing.
Interesting.
That was also danger from about 300 years ago.
Yeah.
Does it still have that light lamppost on it?
It is a lamppost. It doesn't have a lantern on it anymore. The stone of the lamppost is still there.
Well, I guess we better be cautious. Well, it was 300 years ago, though, right? A long time ago, this warning. So maybe it's not so dangerous now, but I think we should be cautious.
As cautious as you are, there you do have now you have this kind of this feeling of sort of butterflies in your gut, like something's out there watching you.
Yeah. Well, I've got my most perceptive eyeball out. So
Question, John. If we put a piece of paper on the stone tablet and we put maybe a charcoal or something on it, would it be faded?
That's a very good idea. I think that what you need to do is roll a crafting check to see if you can find a way to maybe tease out, maybe there's some imprints of some more writing. So somebody needs to go and roll a crafting check to see if you can try using a piece of... Technically, you need to have that stuff in your inventory, but I'm okay. I mean, I'm assuming you can carry paper and chalk.
I have writing set.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'll give that a try.
Yeah, I'll give you the writing set. Tell us.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, and it's still a
Failure
failure.
at 30? No.
Wow.
That can't be a failure at 30. Really?
And that was a natural 20.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. The DC was not set properly.
Oh, my
Oh,
bad.
Yeah.
that scares us.
The DC was not set properly.
it's like turn around.
30 is a success. As you take a piece of paper and some chalk, and you sit there and try to kind of outline maybe some more engraving, so you do notice that maybe some other words pop out. And what you think you read is in ancient Dwarven it says warning. The land is angry, something along those lines.
The
I'll
land is...
tell everyone. I tell everyone that? Okay. Crackpot theory here. But we know from Jubilox, right? That this land is merging with the other world, the Feywild. This Pathfinder is Feywild. And we also know that there's been ghosts literally birthed from anger. So could it be like one of the others, like some sort of... This is where it's mostly breaking between the worlds? Or maybe there's even angry ghosts, so hopefully there's not a haunt?
You don't have any means to figure that out right now, do you? Does anybody have any
I
feats
don't.
or anything like that can help you answer a question like that?
let me see.
I mean, I do have plant empathy, which I could connect with the flora around me
Mm-hmm.
and
All
have
right.
them on
That's
a.
interesting.
Yeah.
Would you like to use plant empathy?
Yes, I will.
Okay, so
And
I think that's
diplomacy.
a nature check.
No, it says diplomacy on the.
Oh, that's right. It's a diplomacy
skill.
check.
Talk to animals, yeah.
Do you want me to open or castle? The check, John. Do you want me to throw it in the castle or?
You don't have to throw in the castle.
Okay.
I don't know why it says the DC is not correct, but 17 is also a failure. As you try to speak to the plants, the living plants in the area, they are very, very strangely silent and don't want to talk to you.
Okay.
Is there possibly... So, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, the land is angry is what the sign sort of says in rough translation. Is there something occultic about it? My occultism tell me something about this land.
Sure, you can you can try to roll an occultism to see if you can kind of maybe perhaps have some sort of knowledge related to these ancient dwarven thought processes and what they might be referring to. Sure, I'll take that.
All right. I'm trying an occultism roll. Oh no, it's not a good one. It's another thing.
It is a that is a not a that's actually a success. Remember, my DC is not set right. That's a regular, not a critical success of 17.
Okay.
So in the ancient dwarven folklore of dwarves that may have that generally have lived in these lands in the distant past, you do know that they have beliefs in their own deities, their own dwarven deities, but specifically they also have this kind of belief that the land, the rock, the stones, the mountains, those in themselves were sort of like deities, where the land has its own personality, its own thoughts, and you can do things to upset the land. You can offend the land, and if you were to do so, the land would become cursed. And they did believe that you can upset the land, you can upset the rock. If you do things that would be considered sacrilegious, it would be the land would become cursed, and a cursed land would be dangerous.
So, in other words, they're Shintoists.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Cool. Isn't it strange for dwarves to have had a civilization in a place like this? I mean,
Well, the dwarves,
like-
they had a bustling civilization. Within the, and this is well known, within the bordering and overlapping the lands that you guys now control. But this is ancient history. Most of the dwarves that used to live here have been driven out. There were roving orc bands and various monsters and ogres. There were a lot of wars at that time, and the dwarves. Not having just recently come to the surface and been able to build a civilization on the surface, were not able to defend against the dangers of the surface. So they pretty much vacated the land.
How does somebody offend a whole land and have it still be angry hundreds of years later? Like, what did they do?
I mean, look at where we fought the Stag Lord. That is.
Well, does anybody have some sort of dwarven lore? Dwarven society.
Oh, yeah.
I need a check along those lines. I need a skill along those lines to be able to make
very
that check.
skilled in knowledge of society, but not particularly dwarven
Yeah,
society.
it would have to be very specific dwarven lore, dwarven society, specific to the Pathfinder.
Okay, John, this is out there. But, like, I have lore architecture. Is there any sort of building they could have made that could have offended land?
It's hard to tell. You can't tell. I mean, you'd be able to identify dwarven architecture, but you wouldn't be able to understand their belief system.
So we know that dwarves are often greedy and really valuable their items and like to possess other people's items and stuff, right? So would my lore mercantile help at all?
No, I don't think that's
No.
yeah, that one.
That's-
Yeah,
Pushing too far.
yeah, that's too much of a stretch. But it is clear that the dwarves were not completely successful in establishing a nation here, because they were not well adapted to. Even though they are very industrious, very good at building structures, very good at making roads, they could not adapt well enough to make a stable civilization, which is why it didn't last.
And of course, when I was talking dwarves, present company excluded, I was talking about the dwarves of this area.
Well, right now, obviously, once the ancient dwarves that live here aren't necessarily the dwarves that you see nowadays.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They were. I mean, something caused their civilization to collapse. Maybe it was their own doing.
It's usually something like that in these kinds of folklore. Mm-hmm. But you don't just off the top of your head, you don't remember their history here.
Yeah.
Well, I guess all we could do, whatever they did to anger the land, it's forgiven and forgotten. But in the meantime, I'm gonna use I'm gonna leave a piece of paper that just says whatever the warning says, and I'm just gonna point it out the words, just like to indicate for anybody else that passes through. Here's this warning sign.
Let me see something. Inventory.
So
Okay, I thought I was going to have any.
everybody right now can do a perception roll. This is the only roll you're gonna get.
All right, I'm gonna roll. Because I was cautious, I'm gonna roll with stealth. All right.
Oh no, this is not an initiative roll.
Oh, perception. Sorry, no. I didn't hear you. Sorry. Stealth perception. Okay.
We got a 32, so
Scarlet, you got a 32. You had a nat 20. That's why it's a success. The DC was 35.
Oh,
So Scarlet, you have a success. You look around and very keenly you spot that buried deep within the bog, a little bit ways off, you see a very big bone.
A very big bone.
Yeah, this is not like an animal bone. This is looking kind of humanoid.
Okay, guys, I'm seeing a very big bone, and I point out where I see it.
And where do you see it?
You very keenly were able to distinguish it. It was it's pretty old. It is buried. It is buried underneath a big pile of just dirt. But it's stuck in the ground. And you can see this is a pretty big bone. It's too big to be just some random forest woodchuck or anything like that. It's stuck in the ground. You have to dig it out.
Can you ping where it is?
It doesn't matter where it is. Let's just say it's here. Scarlet Scarlet was lucky, and she just happens to be there when she saw it.
Giant. What skill would it take? If it's a giant, would society tell about?
It's not giant. It's just a big bone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's like an ogre bone or something. It's just a big bone.
You're saying it was humanoid. Okay. Dang. All right.
I look at Nick and say, "Oh, Nick, can your dog unbury it?"
My dog wants to eat it. He'll die trying. Sure, he will try and unbury it. He's got good paws.
Your mount runs over, and with your permission, your mount digs up the bone, has it in its mouth, and it starts running off with it. Roll a nature. You have to control your mount to get the bone. Otherwise, it's going to run away. What?
Can I roll diplomacy for it instead of nature?
It generally is nature because it's technically like an animal handling kind of skill.
That's bad because I'm not.
Why'd you do that then?
Because I thought it was diplomacy.
Can I throw nature just in case I could like get it before he runs?
That's a success. That's a success. Just the DC wasn't set properly. So you do manage to get the bone out of your dog's mouth, and this bone is a femur or a thigh bone, off of probably a humanoid, like a human-sized, probably a person's bone. As you study the bone, you notice that there is a very clean cut right across the bone. The bone is pretty old. Whoever this is died a long, long time ago, probably years.
Really clean cut though. That's kind of crazy. Like you would need some crazy strength to cut your bone like that.
Yeah, it's a clean cut, as if made by like a saw.
Does it? The bone the size of a standard humanoid, like our size? Okay.
Yeah. It's, the size of a. This is clearly a person, or used to be a person.
Okay.
Is there anything else on that dirted where the bone was?
You dig around. Unfortunately, you don't find anything else.
Ned, can you find if this is magical?
Yeah, and Airman could too. I'll try Arcana. That'll probably tell us.
You can do a detect magic or two as well.
Okay. Well,
you don't sense any magic going on with the bone.
Okay.
But the bone seems kind of weird. It seems like a little bit kind of pitted and spongy.
Hey, so you said I could do a detect magic?
Yeah, you can do a detect magic. When you do so, you don't sense any arcane magic here.
Okay, and is that in the area?
I don't know what the rules are in terms of your radius of the detect magic, but if you can walk as you walk around the area, you haven't been sensing any arcane magic.
Yeah, it's 30-foot emanation.
Yeah.
John, can I throw medicine on that bone to see if I can find something else on it?
Oh yeah, that's
or anything.
You can roll a medicine on the bone. I'm gonna set a new DC for that.
Okay, tell me when.
Go ahead. 29 is a success. When you see the pits of the bone, These pits are created by an acid, and typically you think that this bone was probably put into something very, very heavily acidic, as if it was digested.
Guys, this bone, it seems that it was put in somewhere very acidic, so maybe we should be wary.
If that, and it looks like it was cut through by a saw, so that means something cut it up. So it seems like maybe it got cooked by something. So this isn't in some mindless creature.
Do we have, just in case, things against poison?
Yeah, I have some spells against it. I think it's poison. I have the spell called. Now where is it? Cleanse Affliction, and I think Cleanse Affliction can deal with poison.
Wait, why do we need poison?
Toxins? Yeah, and just in case, I guess we stumble into something poisonous.
Yeah. Okay, so how much did all of this took, John? Are we still at noon ish?
Yeah, yeah. You didn't take much time just to kind of come here and check things out.
So right now, just so we get a feel, it's foggy but there's still light that we can see. 15
yeah,
15
it's
feet
still
in
light.
front.
You know, anything beyond 15 feet is going to be concealed to you. So you guys know the rules of concealment. When something is concealed to you, if you try to hit it, you have to do that. You have to roll a flat against the d20 to succeed.
Right.
I believe you have to roll a. I think it's a. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot. Concealed Pathfinder 2.
That's it.
PF2E. So the rule. Here we go. I'm gonna put this in the chat. So here's the rule for concealed. It is different than hidden, which means you're stealth or something like that. It just means that something is obscured. So if you target something that obscured, like let's say you want to fire an arrow at something that's concealed, you must first roll a d20 and pass the DC 5.
And that's just a flat d20 roll.
Yeah.
You don't get the bonus.
Yeah, so if something is concealed to you, then you have to, in order to target it, you have to roll that DC 5. So that is separate from being hidden from you, which also means you might have to roll a flat against the DC 10. So if something can be both concealed and hidden, which is very hard to hit. If something's just concealed, it's a DC 5. If it's hidden, it's a DC 10. If it's concealed and hidden, then that's like a DC 5 and then a DC 10. So that means it's very, very difficult to hit.
Okay.
Well, looks like we should move on. All right, I'll scout a bit ahead.
Real quick, John, I know the dog buried it, but did it seem like it buried like all the bones that were there, or was that the only bone?
This is a very old bone, probably years old, and that's the only thing you found.
Gotcha.
Let's move up a bit.
All right, you guys got to stop here, wherever you are now. I'm gonna move you into the closest square.
Okay.
We are gonna roll initiative. You guys done barked up the wrong tree, so to speak.
Cool. Excellent. Some action.
Okay, Scarlet, you are first in initiative. You see no enemies. What do you want to do?
Okay, I am going to do skill check.
Remember, you
perception
guys
to see if I
can
hear
also choose to drop your turn and come back at a time of your choosing. Obviously, there's no enemies, so if you don't have anything you can fight, you can say, I want to skip my turn, hold my turn, and then at the end of anybody else's turn, friend or enemy, you can say, I want to come back in.
And then that's your new
Okay, then
spot.
I'll drop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Scarlet, you hold your turn. Neg.
So what can I do here? Let me just see if there's anything I can do.
You see no enemies.
And we tried detecting magic earlier, and we did not get any sense of it. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
but
could try-
your spider sense is on full alert right now. Something's going to happen. You just know it.
Oh, well, maybe I want to summon a lesser servitor. If I know something's going to happen. I probably want to take this turn to summon a lesser servitor.
Sure.
That could be of help to the party. I'll just tell you, I'll take a... Anyways, that's what I'm doing. It takes a whole turn. I can't do anything else.
Yeah, it's a 3-action spell.
Yeah.
Hold on. What creature should I bring about?
Well, that's what I'm trying. I got a list of them that I put in.
Well, you tell me, and then I'll bring it out.
Yeah, I think it might be a Laukeen, but I'll tell you. I remember that I got them listed, but I have to find my Pathfinder folder and take a look at it, what I had. Where is it? Kingmaker, I think it's under here. Lesser Servitors, there we are. I probably dropped them in my note here too, darn. I'm pretty sure it's a Fiend. I think it's a Quasit. A Quasit. Let's go with a Quasit.
Very good. I will add a Quasit.
And he will have to obey me, because he's a summoned fiend.
Okay. I will change his alignment to you guys, and I'll put his initiative onto yours.
He's neutral, but he votes Republican. No.
He's an independent.
He's an independent.
And also, where do you want him? You want him here?
I think the Quasit can fly, right? So I gotta get I gotta get it up on Nethys, because I don't have any other place I can find it.
It's in his character sheet, actually.
Oh, you put it in. Oh, you have a sheet there. Okay.
It has a 35-foot fly speed. Hold on. Let me see if I can actually give you control of the character sheet of his NPC sheet.
You should, because you have that extension.
You're lucky. You got the Quasit with the slip-on eye patch.
That's awesome.
I have randomly generated NPC descriptors on.
He's a pirate of the skies. I think flying up at least 30 feet high in the air.
Okay,
So he can still swoop down. But he's also observant. And I couldn't have sent out my owl, because that would have taken an action too, right? Yeah. Well, Jaco the owl can't.
Yeah, in order to send out Jaco, it's gonna it'll cost you an action.
Jaco's on my shoulder, so I look like a pirate with an owl instead of a parrot. No, I don't know. All right, that's it.
Okay, that's your turn.
I'm clicking to move on.
Aramin, you see no enemies yet. You can take your turn, or you can hold your turn for later. I should be putting token lock on.
I'm counting.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna stop there for the first move, right? Then what I want to do is, well, would you take a society? No. I kind of want to do a roll here to see. I guess maybe a perception.
You can try to do a perception, sure. Hold on, I gotta set a DC.
And does that count as 1 or 2 if I do that?
If you do a perception, it is sort of like a seek action, and that costs 1 action.
I could still roll another check for something different?
Well,
Or no?
yeah, if you roll a seek action, you would have used 2 actions: 1 action to move, 1 action to seek, and then you have a 3rd action. Unfortunately, you still don't have any targets. You don't know what this what your enemy's initiative is, so you don't know when your enemy's going to take its turn.
Of course. That's fine. Yeah, I'll roll a perception.
Okay, give it a shot. Nope. Critical failure.
Is it a... Well, holy fuck, this is high here.
Is the reason why it was so difficult because of the fog?
No, it's not because of the fog. It's just a very high DC. Remember, you don't know if you've walked into a level 12 enemy or something. I'm not gonna. Obviously, I can't tell you, but that's possible.
We should have all just run off the edge of the map.
It's a magical shield of force, giving me a +1 circumstance bonus to AC, and
Okay,
that's my turn.
that's not a bad idea. Finally, the enemy is going to take its turn. Neg, you're very unfortunate because the enemy showed. Completely unawares to you, the dead tree next to you comes to life.
Wow.
Of course I'm standing next to that.
Be another neg gank.
Right here.
Whoa.
This thing is massive. It is huge in size. It is
Quick, burn it!
It is 3 by 3 in size. The tree comes to life. Its branches unfurl. The branches are curved into these hooked, scythe-like projections, and they're razor sharp. This malevolent tree, its trunk opens up, and you can see these razor sharp teeth. Clearly, this thing is not friendly. Turns around, and because it is going to get you off guard, you're in trouble. It swings around, and it's going to do an ambush strike on you.
An ambush strike. Huh. Not just an ambush, but a striking ambush. That sounds bad.
Let's see.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're gonna be surviving this. Let's see. 37 against your armor class. That's a critical
Is that
hit.
a critical?
That is most definitely a critical hit. Let's see if it takes you down.
Critical. Okay,
Oh
so
my God.
it's not a save against.
Because you got hit with a critical, it's also got a deadly D10.
Oh my God! Well, yeah, I'm not going to survive that. No,
Neg-
that kills me.
Neg, no, yeah, you got 1 hit by this tree. You are down with 2 wounds. That's 1 action for the tree. The second action, the tree has the tree's scythe branches has something called a backswing. What backswing is that if it successfully hits 1 target, the second hit gives it a +1 to its attack. And it's got a 15-foot reach, so the next person on the chopping block is Airman.
Okay, that was a critical hit, not a critical fail on my behalf. Okay, good. I have a trigger spell, but it's not going to trigger.
So it does incur the multi-attack penalty, and it's not agile. So this
Still
swing
gets a +1.
it still gets a +1. So this swing is its base is +20. That's a critical on you as well.
Oh my God.
This is ridiculous.
You also are down with 2 wounds.
2?
Yeah, because it took you down with a crit.
Okay.
Finally, Gunthar, do you have your shield up? Say you do.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, you do. You're defending as you walk down here because you had this strange feeling. So put your shield up. It's going to do its third attack on you. Third attack with a multi-attack penalty. You have a good chance of not getting hit, hopefully. There you go. That was the tree's turn. Does anybody want to... Scarlet, do you want to jump in?
Yeah, I do want to jump in.
Okay, I'm going to put your initiative at 19. I'll put your initiative... Neg, by the way, even though you went down, your summon doesn't go down until you stop sustaining it. So it does get a turn.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
But it only lasts one turn, unfortunately.
Yep.
That's too bad.
No, well, Scarlet can bring you back up, and if she does, then you can use your next turn to sustain, but I don't know how long you want to stay next to this tree.
No, I'd play dead if I was brought back to life and let my closet do the work for me. Yeah. That's bad.
Oh, perfect. Thank God. I'm going to use my three
Gunthar's
spell.
not injured. Gunthar's not...
It will still happen because
okay.
It's the 3 healing spell. That means that in the 30-foot imagination.
I see. The radiating healing spell.
Yeah, because that's the only fastest way.
One thing I do have to warn you is that, let's say you heal. This is part of Pathfinder 2 mechanics. So let's say you heal Neg and you heal Aramin, and you bring them back to life because right now they're unconscious. So when you bring them back to life, even though they have hit points, they will remain having those 2 wounds. If they go down again with another crit, that's death. So that's the only caveat. I mean, of course, not healing them is not, probably healing them is not a better idea than not healing them. But that's just a warning.
If I manage to survive and I cast a cure wounds, a heal on me, that will remove 1 wound, will it not?
That will, but you're rolling the dice to make you're rolling the dice as this thing does not have an opportunity attack. So you got
okay. Let's see. Wait.
No, I just pretend I'm dead. That's a smart thing to do, I think.
Because the thing is that if I use Doctor Visitation, I can go near them and heal them, but I don't want to be attacked by that 3.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I don't think that's worth it. Okay,
yeah,
so
I don't
quick,
think so either.
On my turn, I could run up behind both of them. And John, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you pick somebody up from prone, that doesn't occur opportunity attacks, right?
What do you mean?
Like if I were to run, let's say Scarlet heals both of them, Aramin and Neg. But when you get it from prone, that's an opportunity attack.
Yes.
So let's say if I walk over and I pick them up.
Well, in order to pick something up, it's a manipulate action, right?
Okay, so I would get opportunity attack.
A manipulate action will suffer an opportunity attack. This thing clearly has a reach of more than just 5 feet.
Yeah,
so if this thing has an opportunity attack, it's risky. Okay. So you do a 3-action heal. It radiates out and heals both Neg and Aramin. Gunthar's already at full health.
And that it's my turn because it's...
Wow, that's a powerful heal. Holy crap. Yo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think you have to injure Jathal. She's right behind you and she's a void healer.
You have to what? Why would Jathal get hit?
Because Scarlet used a 3-action healing burst. Jathal doesn't mind. You can hurt her. She's fine.
She's probably now more in the fight.
Does healing burst go around you, or is it in front of you?
It's like a fireball. It starts on you and then emanates out. Jathal's gonna take 4 points 4 points of damage. She doesn't mind. She's okay with that.
Oh, you know what? The closet never took its action, but I'll do it at the end.
Well, on your turn, I thought you had the closet fly up 30 feet.
Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Okay, next turn.
Yeah, and also during your turn, there was no enemy either for the closet to engage. This creature has a perfect camouflage ability, whereas you cannot detect it unless you roll a DC 35 or greater on your perception. You cannot possibly detect or distinguish it from another tree. That's why it's so effective.
Well, my question more was, no, it's okay.
You're up, Gunther.
All right, I'm going to move
Can't get a closet
here
character sheet. Shit.
and grab Neg and drag him.
You could just toss a noose around my neck and drag me back, because I'm almost all dead anyway.
There are rules for dragging and stuff. Because Neg would not be putting up resistance, you can just go ahead and drag him. So, but if you want to roll, generally, if you do a drag action, one action is 5 feet. So it would take one action to go here, and in order to drag Neg, it would cost another action to drag him 5 feet. However, you can try to roll in athletics and do a critical success on athletics, and that'll drag him 10 feet.
That's interesting. That's quite different.
Yeah, there's dragging rules. No, that's not a failure. The DC wouldn't be that high. So you drag him 5 feet over here with one action. You have
one more action.
Okay, so you drag him another 5 feet.
Yep.
You don't activate opportunity attacks right now. Or the creature chooses not to use an opportunity attack. You might still have it.
That end of my turn.
Jathal is up. Oh, I do want you to know, Jathal does have a special ability. She can that she has gained because of your influence with her. She can summon her skeletal horse.
Also horse.
It's a little different then.
This thing can play xylophones on its ribcage.
How does that work?
So right now the problem is where she has to start combat with it, because if she summons it, it'll appear something like 30 feet away from it, and then it takes a turn to show up, and it costs her like 3 actions to summon it. So in the middle of combat, if it's not already summoned, she's going to have to spend 3 actions. It's going to appear 30 feet away.
Just let me know that next time, so because I didn't know you added that.
Oh yeah, I had told you, but it was many weeks ago. I told you about it.
I would have 100% have said she was on it, but that's okay.
Well, the thing is, her skeletal horse is an animal companion mount, so you do have to brush up with the rules of mounted combat, which are a little bit complicated, because a mount gives you a support benefit, which doubles your damage dice if you do a running charge.
Yeah, and she's got a sight too, but and she's got no spells other than Touch of the Void. So, shit, man, even if she gets next to me, she can't even pull me.
That costs it's like 3 actions, and then it costs another 2 actions on next turn.
For what, pulling? I'm confused.
Oh, no. So you use 1 action to run there. You can use another action to run up next to you, and the 3rd action for her can be to pull.
Oh, shit. Can't find it.
So, for example, just so I'm understanding this, theoretically she could go here.
Yeah.
Let's see. And I wasn't doing that yet. Could you put? Yeah. So I'm just trying to map it out real quick. So she could go here, and then she could pull me either here or here. Is that correct?
Why wouldn't she just pull you here?
Oh, she could do that.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
Yeah, for her 3 actions, she can go down to make the 2 movements and then pull you back 5 feet as a 3rd action.
Wait, Airman, is she even trained in athletics? Because if she's not, it might not be worth doing. Like, maybe she could just pick you up from being prone and then run away.
In general, because you're pulling you're not like pulling an enemy. We go by the rules, the push and pull rules. You can pull a creature because the size is the same. You can pull a creature the same size that's willing 5 feet. It's an automatic success. However, if you do a critical success, you can pull a 10 feet. So that's why we roll the athletics.
Okay, so if that's the case, she can still move. Where was she? Was she there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she could come, you said here, and pull me back 1, or she could just pick me up and get me off of prone?
I don't think she can just get you off of prone. You have to get up yourself.
So,
she can drag you.
Pull me.
Yeah, it's called reposition, like grab and reposition. But it
doesn't even matter.
Yeah, she can't stand you up, like you get you off prone.
If I'm down right now, right? She does it. The tree's not. I go before the tree technically. But no. Yeah, I do. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. $20 misses.
20 does not crack the armor class of this tree.
Dang.
Talos, you're up.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'll run over here. And I'm gonna try to drag Yerman twice.
Okay, you can roll in athletics to see if you can be extra successful. The DC of the athletics I've set to 19, which is going to be your class-based, level-based DC.
That's pretty tough.
It's a failure, but no matter what, you're going to successfully move him 5 feet.
Could I hero point that?
Sure, if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a critical success, so you drag him 10 feet with 1 action.
Okay, then I'm gonna drag him again.
Uh, 16, not going to cut it, but you do drag him 5 feet.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right, we're going back up with Neg and the Quasit. You know what? I'm going to make sure that Neg goes first, not the Quasit.
Well, I'm not standing up. I'm just lying prone. There's no advantage to me getting up.
You don't have to get up unless
no, but I want to.
Unless you want to move. If you can, because when you're on the ground, all you can do is a 5-foot crawl if you want to move.
Yeah, well, no, I want it to trick it to think it's killed me and I'm still not alive. That's what I want to do. I want to play dead. And let my Quasit try and make an attack on it. My Quasit's up above 30 feet, just around the top of it, so my Quasit will try and attack it. Wait a sec. Yeah. It says it's a 20-foot attack, but I clicked on its token. Hold on, let me click off. See if I can click the edge. No. It's saying to attack it, it's a 20-foot, but that's wrong. I'm trying to do a melee attack here.
Sure.
So I don't know.
Well, your Quasit has a skill called Claw. Is that what you're trying to do on it?
Yeah, I'm going to make a
claw
attack.
So your Quasit's 30 feet in the air. First has to fly down to the range. That'll cost an action.
Yeah.
So what happens is you surrender the sustain spell, right? So you have to spend 1 action to sustain your Quasit. Your 1 action gives your Quasit 2 actions.
Yes, I know that. Okay, so it flies down and attacks. My concern is I'm not going to be able to target that tree because when I target that tree, it's saying it's 20 feet. Oh no, there it is. Wait, it changed for okay. No, I got it to change. So I don't have the sheet. I can't get it sheet up.
I will have your Quasit attack.
Okay. Oh, I could just flat roll. Oh wait.
Your Quasit's 21 misses.
21. Okay, that was a 21.
I don't know about you guys, but I will not continue attacking this monster. I will run away from here.
Yeah. We don't know. Does it look rooted to the ground, John?
It is rooted to ground.
Okay, then.
The thing is that my fear is that if it's 1/3 and it's a curse where we have a warning of the land is angry, and if that is the land, then it could be more than 1 right now.
Yeah, but as long as we don't go near any funky looking trees that look like it, we should be fine. You know what I'm saying?
Well, unfortunately, all the trees around it look like it. It is just perfectly camouflaged.
It looks like the ones that it's in versus the other ones.
Yeah, all the dead trees look like it.
Yeah, but not all the trees here are dead, right?
No.
It doesn't mean it can't move, though, just because it looks rooted.
So
correct?
Neg, you still have 2 actions because you spent 1 action sustaining your Quasit.
Yeah. Do I want to crawl?
You can spend an action and stand up, or you can crawl and you'll have another. But when you crawl, you only get 5 feet.
Yeah, I'll stand up. I'll stand. I'm just wondering if it's going to get an attack of opportunity. It might. I'm within range.
Well, you got to roll that dice, right? You don't know anything about this creature. Something like a recall knowledge might be giving you some info on the creature. You know nothing about what the hell you're fighting.
Yeah, except I don't really have a lore skill that would tell. I don't have nature. I have only arcana and occultism. So those are the only things that I could use if in fact it is occultic or arcanic.
Well, if you want to do a recall knowledge, I can tell you which skills will apply.
Yeah, okay. I want to do a recall knowledge.
Nature is the lowest DC to get information on this creature. I will also accept occultism and arcana at higher DCs.
All right, I'm going to roll an occultism.
Hold on. So the DC is still not going to be pretty challenging.
Yeah, okay.
Arcana is going to be the highest DC. Occultism the second highest.
I figured that. This seems more of an occultic nature. All right, I roll occultism. And I roll a 34.
Ooh, a 34 is a critical success.
No.
I will give you 2 pieces of information of your choosing on this creature.
Something's wrong there. I think it's.
Wait, son, you're not rolling at plus 19, man.
Yeah, no. There was something wrong. I think I had the modifier in there still because I was planning on rolling.
Well, what is your modifier for occultism?
It's plus 10. It's 25.
Okay, 25 is a regular success. You may have 1 piece of knowledge of your choosing for this creature. You get the name of the creature. It is called the Scythe Tree.
The psych tree, like a psychotic tree.
No, like a scythe, like Jathal's weapon.
Scythe.
Because all of its branches are also scythes.
Scythes? How do you spell? I mean, SITES. I'm not hearing you properly.
SCY. Yeah, SCYTH.
Yeah, like scythe. The Grim Reaper scythe.
Okay.
Do they not have those in Canada?
No, I haven't heard of that one. But maybe in the local graveyard or something. I haven't been there. What I want to know about its attack of opportunity. What its reach is, or what its attack of opportunity capability is. That 2 things or 1? I want to know.
You get 1 thing. 1 thing.
Okay. Tell me about its attack of opportunities.
I will tell you its reaction.
Yes, it's reaction.
Because attack of opportunity is a type of reaction.
Yeah,
It does not
yeah.
have an attack of opportunity. It has a reaction called ripping disarm. If you roll a critical failure on a melee attack against this thing, it will automatically disarm you.
Okay, cool. I'm going to stand. I still have, what, one more action?
Yeah.
I will crawl over to here. That's my action. Hiding under the bushes.
There
I'll
you
crawl and
go.
try and be stealthy. Here, I'll roll a stealth if you want.
No,
to
no,
see
you
if
can't
I'm-
because you don't have enough actions to stealth.
Oh, man. Okay. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh man. Okay, so this thing is this combat's gotten a little bit out of control for you guys. Eramin, you're up.
So I'm
you
still
are
prone.
you are still prone.
So
you can
I
cast
stand up.
spells prone if you want, but you know you're
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I stand.
okay.
Well, yeah. Fuck. Changes things, doesn't it? Slashing or piercing attack. Is a reaction. If I use, hear me out. If I cast a spell, right? So I'm standing right now. If I cast a spell, does that essentially?
Well,
I'm trying to do I lose my reaction if that's to cast another spell?
you don't lose a reaction. Remember, you have 3 actions
Okay,
per
I just
turn. You
wanna
have
make sure.
one reaction per round. So you always have your reaction. You don't waste it you don't use it up by casting a spell or anything. There are times where you don't have a reaction. For instance, if you are ambushed, you do not have a reaction. If some enemy beats you in initiative and it's going first and it surprises you, you don't have a reaction.
Yeah. It's been there since D&D 3, right?
Yeah, that's been a rule since back then. And that's also up to DM discretion too.
Okay. And that's fucking. That sucks, man. Chillings. I got it. I think I know what I'm gonna do. 1 second. How do I cast? Can I get actually, I can't make it. Can you put I want to cast Chilling Spray.
Okay.
I need that.
Don't you have you don't have a script for it?
No, I have the script. I'm just trying to get what is it called? Thing to
Deform?
drop down. Right? Or am I fine? I don't need to put what is it called? Like the circle or the square.
I think you need to target it.
Yeah, I know that. I'm saying I don't need. Well, I can't remember what it's called. Like when you do a fireball, it shows the thing on the map.
Oh,
Like,
the area.
Yeah, the area. I don't need that. Correct? I'm not gonna.
Well, what is the shape
Yeah.
of the killing spray? It's a line, right? Let me read it.
Here.
It's a cone, probably, isn't it? No?
Cone. 15-foot cone.
15-foot cone.
Yeah.
Okay, you might be hitting that closet. You still want
Well,
to
the
proceed?
closet's way up.
No,
at the
but
very
it
top of
had to come down to attack the tree.
I know, but it didn't have to come down that far.
Okay,
I mean,
I'll give you the benefit of
yeah.
the doubt, and the closet just happens to be in a spot where you're not going to hit it. Go ahead. You guys need some help.
Okay.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You can aim the cone where it's not going to hit that closet.
The other thing you can do, too...
The creature rolls a 29 on
Holy
its
shit,
save.
man.
Oh, that was a save, bastard.
I
you
believe
can
it has.
also-
I believe it's taken no damage on that.
Just so, I mean, I know that John knows it, but just so anyone else knows, if you go right-click on the map, go to pointers, and draw a cone, you can draw a cone like this.
Well,
So
no. The
there's
problem.
Yeah,
the
but that's
problem
not
with the
the same
cone is that
cone.
Pathfinder cones are very specifically
Or
shaped.
different. Yeah.
They're not the
Oh, I
5e
thought
cones.
these aren't a Pathfinder cone. I thought they were.
No.
No.
I can show you what a Pathfinder cone
Okay,
looks like.
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's done things funky. That's cool.
So here's a Pathfinder 15-foot cone corner and a 15-foot orthogonal.
Oh, okay.
That,
That's pretty close to what I did anyway.
Yeah, the reason Pathfinder has specific cones, so there's never a question on whether or not that creature is within your cone. The scythe tree is going to murder the Urquazit.
Oh, he's going to try to.
Okay.
Let's see how good he is.
He is attacking with a +20 with a deadly D10.
He could roll a 1.
Okay, he might
Still
roll a
kill
1.
it. It'll still kill it. The closet hasn't got that good an AC. But that's what it's there for. It gets attacked and other things don't. That's the whole point. This tree doesn't realize that it's falling into our plot. Oh yeah, that's it. It's only AC 17.
It still hits it. It doesn't do it doesn't do the deadly D10. So, but I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's good. But the Quasit doesn't have many. Oh, 19. I think that will kill the Quasit.
Your Quasit has 25 hit points.
Oh, okay.
But he's going to take a second attack.
All right, and then he's the only one he can really hit, right?
Well, at a +20, you know.
Roll one, roll one, roll one.
Ooh, the second attack misses. Now he's going to go for his third attack. That's a -10, so he's only attacking at a +10 rather than a +20. He can still kill it.
Yeah. Oh, bastard. Ooh.
21. I think that's a hit.
Yep. It might just kill him.
I think that's the end of your Quasit.
Yep. 21 slashing, oh yeah. Yeah, it's gone. But it took a fall. There you go. No one else did that.
Yeah, no. At least nobody died this turn. Scarlet, you're up.
Okay, I will move. I will use Doctor Visitation, which gives me a stride and a battle medicine check. And I'm going to start with Neg.
Oh, thank you. I feel better already.
Anybody else notice in the tracker here that the scythe tree has a speed of 15?
You shouldn't. Why do you know that?
Because it says it in the chat in the
right now
thing.
it has no speed. It's supposed to be a surprise when it gains speed. Surprise. You know what? The damn combat thing gave that away, man.
It sure did.
Oh well. Well, you guys might use that extra information to make a decision on what you want to do.
Okay, this is a critical success. Oh.
Ooh, that's a good hill. Ooh.
And then I am going to do my next turn, my next action.
So-
I'm going to go with.
I believe that also takes away your wounds, your 2 wounds, which is very, very important because if the scythe tree comes on, crits you while you have 2 wounds, that's death.
Right.
You're done.
I'm glad you're healed. You know, your king is over here dying.
It's a reverse
Perfect.
kingdom. The subjects get healed first. I can't wait.
Oops, I forgot.
Yeah, you got a
I
big
forgot.
hill. There you go.
Wait, I forgot to heal Neg 1 to the 8 more because it was a critical success.
Oh,
So give
that's
me
right. It
just
was a
1
critical
second.
success. That's true.
Let me go ahead and.
Dude, we need to chop this thing into pieces or burn it or something.
Oh, wow. That's a good roll. You're getting good rolls.
Yeah,
right
add those
there.
13 to yours, Neg.
Okay. Did you hear
Okay,
that, GM?
and then
I'm 13 better, GM.
I see that.
Sure. Okay.
Wait,
I
I have
am
a
going
question.
to.
And
You healed me for 18?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so okay.
And on top of that, your wounds are now healed, so you can take another critical hit and not die.
Okay.
I mean, that's more
Sweet.
important.
Okay,
It's
and
more
then-
important not the hit points, because this creature does so much damage that one hit will probably take you down no matter what. But the idea is that you're gathering wounds, and if you have 4 wounds, you're dead.
Yeah.
So with the Pathfinder 2 system, like, you know, things swing back and forth a lot. But you guys have, even in a really nasty enemy like this, you have ample opportunity to kind of maneuver. You know, it's not like an instant TPK or anything like that.
Okay, and then what I'm going to do is that I am going to move. Oh wait, not this way, because I already know that nothing is there. Okay, that ends my turn.
Okay, Gunthar, what do you want to do? You want to... This creature's looking... do you want to try to fight this thing? No. There we go. I think
Good.
we're running here.
That's one move.
Remember, if you guys start your turn on the edge of the map, you can leave the map. That's sort of the fairest rule. All right, Gunthar's hightailing it.
And then I will raise
Yeah.
my shield as my third action.
Jathal's up. So Jathal threw a hatchet at it, right?
Yeah.
You have activated this creature's weakness. It takes 5 additional damage from axes because it's a tree.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So I'm going to subtract an additional 5 points as she buries a hatchet into it. All right, Jathal's hightailing it as well.
At
Talos.
least we know that we can hit down 29.
Yeah, right? Just roll a 19.
So we're just
I say
running.
we kite
or-
this thing.
Action. What is it?
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw. Oh, actually, no, it's just out of range. Okay.
Well,
So
if you
I'm
throw a
gonna
bomb,
set-
it usually has a splash radius. So you can probably hit it with a splash radius, right?
Yeah. It does. If I is the splash radius, does that do the full damage, or is that just like partial?
No, that's only splash.
Wait. Can I still use my reaction before he goes?
Yeah, well, what's triggering your reaction, though?
Creature within range, which is definitely in range, takes damage from slashing or piercing,
Oh.
or one that inflicts persistent bleed.
He definitely took slashing damage from that axe.
Okay, then I'm gonna spit caustic salt water at him.
Okay, you're gonna spit some salt into that wound.
Boy, that's harsh.
That's a hit. You hit it with your dragon bile.
Oops. Yeah, I guess that's what it does.
So dragon bile looks.
So on a hit, this.
It's a 2d6
Yeah.
persistent acid. So it's a persistent damage. So it's gonna be kind of doing damage every round.
Okay.
Talos, you can finish your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna step down here. I'm gonna throw Alchemist Fire, and I can throw like the center of it, not just splash from here.
Well, if you can target it, then you throw it at it.
I can. Oh, I accidentally rolled that twice.
I will accept the. Unfortunately, I generally I have to accept the first one. Unfortunately.
Okay, well, my last action is gonna be to run back up then.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna run there.
Technically, that's difficult. You know what? Forget the difficult terrain. You guys are in enough trouble. Okay. Neg, you're up.
All right, round 3. There we are. Let's see. 25 is to here. That's probably not going to be far enough to survive. I have to double move. God damn it.
So this is how. This is how we're gonna call it. If you guys are able to get to the right edge of the map, then you don't pass through this area. You're gonna have to find another way around this hex.
I want to kill the
However,
thing, damn it.
if you're able to get to the left edge of the map, you can pass through the hex. If you want to kill it, half your party members are running away from it, so it's up to you.
I know. I just want to be able to kill it, double move, but I can't because then I won't have enough actions. To do a needle dart, anyways.
But you may not be sure. You're not sure if this thing is within your level range. It may or it may not be. I won't tell you. You were able to hit it though, so it's not so powerful that you can't even hit it. Like it's not like an ancient dragon.
For now, I'm just gonna double move and heal myself. I can go there, so I'll go there too. That's my double move. 2 actions. I better heal myself. I'll just do a 1 action heal, which is going to level 2. But I can do it at level 2 because I have that spell at level 2 as well. At level 2, I think it's 2d8 on a 1. Yeah, it'll do a 2d8. Okay, so I gotta target myself and do a heal. And then I'll be all good. Here we are. Oh, and they're absolute crap heal. Not like a Scarlet heal, I do crappy heals. There you go. That's all I can do this turn. Other than bring my pet back with me too, or bring back Jaco the Shadow.
Well, no, your owl has always been on your person.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you ever separated from the person during combat.
Not during combat. I came back to my shoulder.
It's your turn, Airman.
I'm gonna go there.
Okay.
At this point,
Was a level 2, so that was... How come that's not? Oh. Shoot. Okay, I'll just have to remember.
well, I might as well just do the Force Barrage.
Wow.
Good. Well, there's that.
Okay, it's a Scythe Tree's turn. The Scythe Tree, seeing that all living things have been moving away from it, it begins uprooting itself. You see spiked roots fly out of the ground in a 10-foot emanation. Luckily, nobody's in the area. As they jam out of the ground, and then the tree the ground starts shaking as its deep roots start digging into the earth, and the creature starts coming out of the ground. For 3 actions, it uproots and does this spike emanation that doesn't hurt anybody. Now it is up and walking, sort of, with a 15-foot speed. Scarlet, you're up. Oh, also, it fails to save against your acid, and it takes 7 points of acid melting damage.
Nice.
But you don't know how many hit points this thing has, so you know every turn it gets an opportunity to save out of it.
Okay, just for the fun of it, I'm going to do hydraulic push on it.
Sure. Now this creature is huge in size. It's a 3x3. I don't know if hydraulic push has rules about pushing a creature that big.
Let's see. You call for a power 4 plus. It makes a strange apply. It says here, in a critical success, it's knocked back 10 feet. On a success, is knocked back 5 feet.
It probably
let's-
doesn't get one because of its size, just because it'll have a better saving throw, right? Proportionally.
It's a
Whoa.
hit.
All right, so since it's a hit, I'm gonna give it 5 feet back, right here.
And I am going to move right there. Gunther, your turn.
All right, so we need to figure out what we're going to do to get this thing, and I'm suggesting anybody got fire? I'll break out a torch and light it up.
I have alchemist fires, but I'm not too good at throwing them.
I don't have any fire spells. I don't think.
I mean,
Hey, John,
and
would that
you light up a
persistent acid stack if I did it again?
It doesn't stack.
Okay.
The same type of persistent damage doesn't stack. If you gave it a different persistent damage, like a persistent fire, that would be additive.
Okay.
I will move there and maintain my raised shield. I will defend.
All right. Anything else? You still have a third action. Jathal, then? Oh, hold on.
What else can I do here? Yeah, so I got a lit torch out and a shield raised. I don't have anything else I think I can do. So I'll just pass.
Jathal, you're up.
Now, can you throw something that is outside of your range?
Yeah, but there are rules about how you get a lot. The more you throw, try to throw outside the range, the bigger the penalty.
So it's not even worth it at this point.
You did discover that its weakness is to axes. That specifically says axes. So the hatchet is technically an axe. It is five weakness to axes.
Unfortunately, she has nothing else.
Not slashing, but mind you, specifically axes. That's what they write. It has something to do with the malevolent nature of this creature.
Would be what was it? You said nature and some other stuff to try and remember, or I would.
occultism.
Nature. and
So this is
Arcana
malevolent. How
or
about this, John? This is
occultism.
malevolent. And because it was malevolent, do you think it would be fair for me to say, is there anything evil, undead, necromantic stuff that's with this type of magic that created this type of tree or curse with that, where I could use a religion check to see if I can glean information about it?
Religion skill won't work for this creature. Occultism, Arcana, or Nature. The hardest DC is Arcana. Second hardest is Occultism. The easiest is Nature. If you want to recall knowledge to get information on what this creature is. It's not a failure, actually. 21, let me see. That's a regular success. So for information on this scythe tree, this creature is a plant. It is not a magical creature. It is not undead. It is actually a plant. However, its creation has to do with angry fae spirits. Originally, it used to be some sort of fae first world creature, but it has lived in the material plane for so long that it has lost all connection to the fairy world and fae. Now it is only a malevolent and hateful creature that kills and eats anything living within its range. So
Okay,
it is
she
considered a
obviously
carnivorous plant.
But it was at one time a fey creature?
Yeah, like way back, in its origins. But it has now at this point has lost all magic and fae and a connection to the first world. It is just
And speaking of free...
it is pretty much like a Venus flytrap, a carnivorous plant at this time. At this point,
Speaking is a free action?
sure.
So if I yell stop in Fey, does it seem like it moves in a certain way that it understands me?
Does not appear to speak fae.
Okay. If you could talk to it, Scarlet. How many more turns does Jathal have? Still 2 or just 1?
She took an action to throw the hatchet.
No, she did not.
Oh, then she only took an action to do a recall knowledge. She has 2 more.
Okay. To say that where's her proficiency?
What do you mean?
Like her proficiency bonus? Where would that be?
A proficiency in what?
General. Okay, 10 plus your proficiency bonus. Okay, never mind. That won't really help here. I mean,
because proficiency
running out of
applies to
things.
different things depending on your level of proficiency. You can be trained in this, an expert in this, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that she can do at this point.
All right. Talos, what do you want to do?
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sudden charge in, and I'm gonna shield bash it with my Dragon Crest rune, which I remembered I had Alchemist Fire in.
Sure. Don't crit fail. So remember, your Dragon Crest rune is attached to your shield, and you're doing a shield bash.
Thanks. You're right up beside
Fingers
it.
crossed.
It's a regular miss. This creature parries with one of its sides, your shield. Yeah, you look at its razor sharp teeth, and it's absolutely terrifying.
Okay, good to know. I have a question, John. Though, when I use Dragon Crest rune, does that consume the Alchemist Fire?
It only consumes it if you hit. If you don't hit, obviously it doesn't make sense to consume it, right?
Gotcha. I just wanted to be extra sure, but I'm gonna run from the terrifying creature. Run back up 35 feet, and that's my turn.
All right. Luckily, it does not have an opportunity attack as a reaction. The only reaction it has is if you crit fail a melee attack against it.
Can't tell how far I am from it.
You can do a measurement like this.
Okay, all right. If you let me do measurement, that would be great.
70.
Okay. Yeah,
But you
that's
can
what I
make an
figured.
argument. It's 65.
Yeah, but I can't. My spell's not that. I need to move. Darn it. I don't want to move, but I got to move to here. And then I'll target it. And I bring out a lump of cold iron, the famous cold iron. I bring it out and I try and hit it with it because I want to see how it likes
Sure.
some of its own punishment. Bastard thing, or scything biatch is what maybe it is. I don't know. Attack. Oh wait, why did it roll twice? They both missed anyways. What the hell? That's weird. I clicked it once and they both rolled. Sometimes that happens on my attack. That is all I can do.
All right.
Oh, well.
Arabin, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna cast this.
Saved. What's this?
It's successfully saved against it. What is the save condition for web? I don't remember. The regular.
Success. The creature is unaffected during its action. If it used an athletic check, it clears the webs from every square it leaves during its movement. However, each time a creature in the web begins to move, use a move action or enters the web during a move action, it must use an athletics or reflex save against the spell DC to avoid the penalty.
Okay.
Now,
so,
whether it knows that or not.
well, it's going to happen no matter what. So the creature is unaffected during its action. If it used an athletic check, it clears the web from every square it leaves during its movement. Let me see. You create a sticky web. Completes the creature's movement. It is a 10-foot burst. So I'm gonna get out a spell token for a 10-foot burst. So this is your 10-foot burst. I guess you want to put it like here-ish. Where you want to put it?
Let me see. Can I move it?
Unfortunately, there's no way for me to give you control of this spell token.
Have it just in the top right, just to be touching the top right.
Like this.
Go up one.
Like this?
And can you turn that token
It's
slightly to the right?
It's symmetrical, so there's no turning it.
Not the squares.
Okay, then yeah.
So because you cast it there, the creature actually doesn't roll a save until it goes through it.
Can't you put it a little like it was just touching at one point?
Like this?
No. It was in the top of it slightly.
Like this?
Yeah. No, you were there for a moment and then you moved it.
No,
Does that not
it has to be within the squares. That's the idea of the spell tokens. I can't have it like halfway in the square or anything like that. It has to be that. That's why Pathfinder's spell tokens are the way they are. So there's no ambiguity on whether or not the spell hits are in the area.
Okay, yeah, I'll leave it there.
Okay, so if you cast it there, then it does. Each time a creature in the web begins to use a move action or enters the web during move it's using, it must attempt an athletics check or reflex save against your spell DC. All right. So do you anything else on your turn? I think that's 2 actions.
That's three.
Okay. Unfortunately, this creature's got quite a lot of athletics going on. So
Just use reflex.
Well, let me see. You know what? I'll go ahead and use reflex. What is your spell save DC?
Would be. Is that on here?
It's something that you would know.
17.
17. So its reflex is a plus 10. I'm going to roll its reflex because it's going to move towards you. It just hit a 17, so successfully moves 15 feet far on its first move. So that's 10. No, that's 5, 10, 15. Okay, it's going to take a second move, and it's still in the web. I'm going to roll the reflex again. Oh, and it fails. So now it gets sticky web. So it takes a 10-foot circumstance penalty to its speed. So it's on its third move, it can only move 5 feet because that's its speed at this point. So it's going to move here. You have successfully slowed it down a little bit. Not that it's that fast to begin with. Okay, Scarlet, you're up. Once again, it fails your acid persistent damage.
Nice.
I guess you guys have developed this strategy to try to take it down. You're going to stay away and see if the acid melts it.
Okay, I am going to do hydraulic push on it.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
I'm going to do a hero point on that.
Yeah, well, the AC you got to hit is, I believe. Oh, no, you guys don't know it's AC yet.
No, we don't know that.
But it's really high. Nope.
Okay, whatever. I don't have any more hydraulic push, and I just move forward. And I'll move there just in case somebody has a bad episode. I don't move outside yet.
Okay, Gunthar?
Are we going to try and take this thing down, or are we trying to leave?
No, we're trying to kite it.
I'm basically just going away from that. I don't want to die by tree. I learned my lesson a long time ago, and I know not to go against evil creatures that I cannot take yet.
So, if I heard John correctly, if we leave to the left side of the map, we can clear this.
Well, yeah, to make it fair, if you guys get to the left edge of the map and you start a turn there, then you can at least get past this hex. If you go onto the right side of the map, then you technically have not cleared the hex. You have to move backwards and go around it.
So if we're going to book it, I suggest we follow Talos off to the left.
I just think there's a lot of XP to be gained here.
Yeah, but if not everybody's trying to fight this thing, we're not going to kill it.
But we have all been fighting it.
Oh,
we
hold on,
have
let me put it.
away.
Horses and a cart that we'd be leaving.
I will give it to you that you don't have to maintain your, because that's just unfair. If you escape, then whichever way you escape, you eventually will find your horses, because it'd be very punishing to get your horses stuck here, because the tree will eat your horses.
So I'm just... Okay, what am I doing? Which way am I going, people?
Well, you guys need some leadership, and you got to decide.
I honestly think, look, I'm going to cast another spell that's going to do potentially more persistent damage on it on my next turn. And, I'm just going to keep trying to shoot this thing.
The thing is that look how much we need to throw our dice at. We need to put away from 20, plus 20 something to get a hit on it. And it's harder. At least for my character it is.
Well, yes, it is actually very hard for your because you guys are hitting if you guys are hitting in the high 10s on average, to get into the 20s and to hit its armor class, it's hard for you. So that's where the strategy and decision making comes in. You have to decide: is this a creature you think you can take down? And if it is, then how are you going to take it down when it's got a forbidding armor class?
And
But I can move Kathal up with the hatchet.
How many hatchets does she have? Because there's only so many she can throw.
Probably about 8, and I'd say she's thrown 3 right now. I never put that on there, and I honestly didn't think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how many of us have something that can affect this thing? Because I really don't have anything that's going to affect it without putting me in basically lethal range. It's going to take me out
You
in
have
a
a
hurry.
bow, right? You could shoot a bow.
Yeah, but that's
Some
piercing.
damage.
That's not slashing. It's minimal
It
damage.
doesn't need to be slashing unless you have an axe. The slashing doesn't matter, remember?
Yeah,
I
this
don't-
creature is specifically weak to axes. It is said so on his character sheet.
Yeah. Arrows piercing.
But another
Arrows.
thing about fights like this, when you have to make decisions and you don't know what to do, is knowledge is power. So if you can successfully roll recall knowledges on it, you find out more and more about it to the point where you can make a decision on whether or not you can fight it. That's another way of thinking about this. However,
And I have none of the applicable skills to do that.
you can always get lucky. Just like if you were to swing at it, you could get lucky and roll a nat 20 and hit it.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop this torch I pulled out, and I'm gonna pull out my composite longbow and start shooting.
Okay, I'll let you do that with a swap action. Technically, you need more than one because you have to put your shield away too, but that's fine. So you take out your bow. That's one action for a swap.
There
we go. You roll a nat 20 on it. You didn't have it targeted, so when you roll damage, please click that crit button. Crit damage button on the bottom. Nine, but this creature has 5 points of damage resistance against piercing. So it only took 4 points of damage. You were right. This creature is piercing resistant.
All right, I got one more shot. And that's it then.
18 though.
But think of it another way. Let's say you try to roll whatever skill as a recall knowledge and you score a critical hit. That would also be fantastic critical amount of knowledge on it.
That's my turn. I'm done.
All right, Jathal's up.
Throw the axe. Whoa, that's getting close.
That is quite close. Hold on. 5, 10. You are within its strike range.
Yep. So I need to throw it. I'm 5 feet off, but I want to use my next range to back up. So what's the penalty for being 5 foot over the range?
That is only that's only a -1.
I looked it up. It's
Yeah, it's -1. I think yeah, like you can tell in the rule. I think it's a -1 for every 5 feet. Oh well. Yeah, so you're banging against its foreboding armor class. Okay, it's got nothing for you just moving away.
okay. So I'm gonna walk up down here, and I'm gonna try. John, you ready for me to roll? I don't know if you need to set a DC for that.
No, you're attacking it. I don't need to set any DCs.
Oh, I thought it's athletics for a trip, right?
Oh, you're trying to trip it.
Oh,
Okay, then you're going against its fortitude DC. You want okay? I will set the DC.
Oh, I think it's a reflex DC for a trip.
Oh, okay. Reflex DC. I will set the. Hold on. Reflex DC is. Okay, I set it.
Okay.
20 is a success. It's just what you need.
Wow.
You managed to
Okay.
you do whatever you do, and for somehow you managed to trip this tree. I guess.
I don't know.
The tree
Make-
falls.
well-
The tree falls prone.
Timber.
Okay, then I'm just gonna go for a normal claws attack on it.
So
With
when you,
agile.
yeah, so it's agile, multi-attack bonus applies because the trip was a attack action. However, because it's prone, it's off guard to you.
Sweet.
There you go. Now you're using some strategy to try to. Still, that's not enough to overcome its armor class.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's a critical miss, but I'm using my hands, so I don't think I could be disarmed. So.
It
Do you have hero point?
yes, it cannot disarm your hand.
You could be literally
okay,
disarmed.
and then I'm gonna run away.
Yeah, you don't want me to play it like that. Then we have to play like long-term injury where your hand got cut off, or you don't want me to play like that.
Yeah, no.
No, it has to be a weapon. It has to be a weapon.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Okay, so now you guys are thinking about strategy. You're thinking about doing things to slow it down as much as you can because its speed is low, and doing things to drop its armor class, like making it off guard. So those are all things that are important. So you guys have remember there's all these rules in Pathfinder and how you can manipulate a creature's armor class by flanking it, by demoralizing it.
5.
So
Okay.
By trying to make it fear, all these different things you can do. So if you just try to bang your head against its armor class, it's hard. So if you utilize all the different things of the rule set to drop its armor class, it's more manageable. I'm not saying whether or not this creature is appropriate to fight right now, but that's also part of the game, is you guys deciding. I'll tell you after the battle if you guys have encountered a level appropriate creature.
Where is it? Okay. So, I was very inspired by Gunthar's shot at it, and right in the knothole where it did a lot of pain. So, I'm going to cast on Gunthar a runic weapon.
Okay.
Which I think I just make with a... Where is it? Come on. Where the hell did it go? My sheet's jumping. Runic weapon there. Let's open it up. I just do this. Got him targeted. That put it on him. Yeah. Okay, and then if I tried to recall knowledge on it of occultic nature, can I find out what it's vulnerable to? We know it's vulnerable to axes, but if it's vulnerable to anything else?
Yes, that is a question you can ask if you succeed.
I'm just wondering if it's
Yeah,
worth
you can
asking.
ask about one of its stats, like what is its strongest and weakest save. Or you can ask what's its hit points.
I just wonder what it's vulnerable to,
Sure,
just in case any of us have spells which we may be able
Yeah,
to...
if you succeed, you can ask about its vulnerabilities. Sure.
Yeah, okay. Occultism roll.
That is
I'm
not
going
a
to burn a
success.
hero point. We're in a big heroic battle. I'm burning a hero point. Because that was almost a 17 and it rolled over to a 3, the stupid thing. Okay, hold on a sec. There, that's a better roll. 26.
26 is a regular success. The creature has a vulnerability to axes and nothing else.
Okay, that's the only vulnerability. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
It's not vulnerable
That-
specifically to fire.
All right, somebody got to go down
Yeah,
to that
that's
town
what I
and get a
was wondering.
shitload of axes.
Yeah, you know.
All right. Is it off guard if I shoot it with a ranged attack?
Yes. It's not like 5e where when something's prone, it's like it's a disadvantage, whatever. If it's prone, it can't move. It's a sitting duck, so it's off guard.
The fuck? I am going to use my... Shit, where is this? Sure Strike? click it twice because it didn't. I accidentally removed one thing off of it. And I'm going to cast.
$26 is a
Nice.
hit.
Now, with Sure Strike,
Well, with it doesn't matter.
see, I rolled,
You can roll again to see if you crit it, I guess. So it's
Yes,
sort of like
which is what
advantage, you know.
Yes. So I'm going to see if that works. Wow, 2 16s. Okay, I'll go with the 16, John.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
You do 13 points of damage. So it was slashing, force,
And force.
Okay, so that's regular full damage. All right, that's not bad. You guys, you guys have done a significant chunk of damage to it. The creature uses one action to get up because it was prone. The second action is going to once again try to take a movement inside your web, which means it has to roll a reflex. Uh, 18 is a regular success against your 17 DC. So it gets to take a regular movement. Okay, 1, 2, 3. It is still in the web, so it has to do one last reflex check to get out of your web. I think your web spell has given you the most bang for the buck in this combat.
But that'll absolutely get out of it.
22, then it's going to be able to leave your web. 1, 2, 3.
I
Okay.
get to attack with a hatchet now.
Yeah, you can attack it, but it is also right in your face now. That's all three of its actions, so that's the end of its turn. It'll automatically roll the persistent damage it save. It has saved out of your acid, so your acid has run out. It's done all the damage it can,
Okay.
which is a lot of damage. I mean, you've done a big chunk of damage to this creature, but it's clearly not looking like it's about to die soon.
I have more spells of web, so don't worry, guys.
Okay. Hey, if that this is a strategy that you've discovered that is working very well on this creature. You know, different creatures have different strategies, and clearly this creature with a speed of 15, if without any ranged attacks, you guys can, if you guys can kite it around.
And I already used this, so I'm just fixing that. Huh. This is weird. I only have 4 slots per 3 out of 4. Yeah. 1, 2.
It looks like it failed your save.
Yep.
Yeah, because I did a flaming sphere, but the flaming sphere is still there.
Okay. Does a flaming sphere
And
do
obvious-
damage when you cast it, or on this creature's turn?
It says,
When you first cast it, I think. And then after. Right?
and let me see. You first sustain this space each round. You can leave this sphere in this square or roll it in another square within range. It deals 3d6 fire basic to each creature in that square.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So does it do damage the turn that you cast it, or do you have to wait until?
yeah, it does.
Okay, then it has failed to save, so you may do your damage against it.
Oh, it means that I can do damage?
Well,
Yeah.
well, if it rolled a save of 17 and it failed.
Okay, I always get confused with that.
Yeah, you can do damage.
Okay. And that ends my turn.
Gunther, you're up.
All right.
Oh, it looks like you're biting the bullet and engaging this thing.
Oh no, I'm not trying to move.
Oh,
You might
I'm gonna
want to
shoot
move
it.
if you're-
just to let you know, you're 15 feet. You're in its attack range.
Yeah, you probably want to move up.
I will at some point, but right now I'm going to shoot it.
You do have that runic weapon on.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
goodness!
that's-
So because Neg gave you the runic weapon, 26 is exactly what you need to hit it. You would not have hit it without Neg's runic weapon.
And you're going to
spell.
do extra dice damage now, too.
Yeah, you get an extra dice of damage. But still, it's got 5 resist piercing. So it's going to blunt a lot of the damage you do.
Should have put on Jathal's hatchet.
But the problem is the
Okay.
hatchet is thrown and then the weapon's gone.
No,
Also-
you could throw the hat. You could swing
Right.
with it, right?
You
But
got to go
also
and
it's a touch-
it's not a returning hatchet, so you got to go and retrieve it.
It's only thrown. Okay.
We're only on one weapon, yeah, and it's also a touch spell, so I have to be adjacent. I would have had to be adjacent to Jatal to use it.
Gunther, okay.
And then I have one more shot.
Yep.
Nope.
No. Luckily, that's not a melee weapon, so it doesn't automatically disarm you. Jathal.
So it is not only thrown. I can hit with it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
not
you can
throw it.
swing it too.
Yeah.
Or you can do a scythe on scythe combat. But you know for a fact that it's weak against the axe, so the axe is actually a very good thing to... Nope, 22 won't hit it. Jathal, you roll a
Yeah.
natural 1 and it slaps the hatchet out of your hand, automatically disarming you. This creature appears to be very, very nimble and has these instincts, and it's got multiple scythes for branches.
Oh, we should have ran on the other side of the web.
Talos, you're up.
Oh, I'm gonna run up to it. Go for another trip.
Okay. I reset its DC. Now, you have that feat that allows you to trip a huge creature or grab or whatever?
Yeah, I have a Titan Wrestler.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's another success. The creature is once again prone. It looks
Okay,
like
I'm
you
gonna-
guys have found another strategy that works well against this creature. With the combination of these, you immobilize it, not allowing to attack you, which is also a successful strategy.
Okay, then I'm gonna run away again. Alright, and that's my turn.
Back on the top of initiative, Neg, you're up. This creature is prone and off guard.
Okay, let me just see if I can grab my token. If I move 25 feet, let's see, to here, have I got a clear line of sight to it? I can't really tell with this map.
Well, technically, we should be playing the concealed rules, but I've been ignoring that just to
Okay.
give you guys a little bit more of an edge.
Okay, I'm gonna go there, and I'll try needle dart it. Let's see.
Okay, just so I know my knowledge in English. This is left, right?
This is left.
Yeah.
Oh.
This
So
is
you
right.
mean going that
Yeah.
way?
If you guys make
you
it
want us to go this way?
you guys have to make it to this edge because that's where the road goes. If you make it to this edge, you can bypass this hex at least if you escape. If you get out anywhere else, then you're going to have to go around this hex, which isn't hard. It's just going to take extra 2-3 days.
Okay, I'm gonna needle dart it. That hits. For 12. Resisted partly, eh?
It's piercing damage.
2 things. This creature does not have any vulnerability to cold iron because it's no longer considered a Fey, and it has 5-point resistance to piercing damage, which is why you didn't do the full amount of damage.
Okay. That's cool. I just want to know. I might try silver.
You don't know if the
Probably gonna
creature
go
can
this way.
bleed or not. Yes, if you were to crit it.
Yeah. It has sap.
Yep.
All right, that's my turn.
All right.
It's got
Don't
heavy
you
damage.
put another? I don't know how to. So I put the web down. What, 2 rounds ago?
Let me check something on the web. I'm gonna make sure it's not a sustained spell. It's not.
Yeah. So I put that web 2 rounds ago, right?
I don't know. You gotta keep track of that.
And-
The duration
No, I'm
of the
saying
web is 1 minute. Actually,
is a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying if I did 2 rounds ago, that's what, 8 rounds left? Is it
Yeah.
same thing. 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Cast another one.
All right. Let me drop in another one of these spell tokens.
Actually, no. I need a move. So forget that. I do
Okay.
need a move. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna hit it with, or try to hit it with Ray of Frost, because if I do, that's a -10 penalty to movement.
That's true. But I think you have to crit it to do that.
No.
Oh, you don't have to crit it?
Yes, you're right. My bad.
It is off guard, so that's, that's...
I didn't use off guard, but I don't think that would have
No,
mattered.
that wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, I didn't use off guard, but I don't think it would have mattered for me either.
All right, so
I would have cast web, but it would have hit me once it got up.
So the tree is up. It uses 1 action to get up out of prone, and then it's going to use 2 actions to move. It's going to move towards the closest living thing that it can eat. So I think
that's nice.
I think Gunther is closer. Yep. So let's make sure I do this properly. 5, 10, 15. It does not get hampered by trees or shrubs or anything like that. 5.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't care. It's part of the woods.
Really, it can move that much. Holy shit.
That's
It can move that much.
But that's all of its actions. It cannot attack
Yeah.
you this turn.
I realize that. Yeah. So, that's pretty good movement.
It ended. I'm not even sure why it had persistent bleed on. You didn't crit it with needle darts, did you?
I don't know if I need to crit it now because it upped the damage upped when I leveled up.
But
Because
I
it's a
think
cantrip.
yeah, but I think you
Hold
still need to crit it to have the persistent bleed.
Well, I'll take a look.
But anyway, Scarlet, you're up.
They might cause
Okay.
bleeding.
Yeah, because it's just a cantrip, so doing bleeding on every hit would be a
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
don't know why it did it. If it's critical success, target takes double damage and 1 persistent bleed damage, which is up now because the spell is at a higher level, so the persistent bleed went up, but it shouldn't be getting it now. No, only on a crit.
Yeah, only on a crit. So
I
Scarlet.
don't know if I did actually crit or not. I don't think I did.
No, you didn't because you rolled a 19 on the dice.
I know, but
Which
I
is-
actually didn't take.
Which is a 29, which it was not a.
I didn't.
What?
I didn't click off guard though when I rolled it. I don't know
It
if that
doesn't
would've made a
matter
difference.
because
Okay.
in order to actually get crit, you have to be 10 above its armor class, which is in the 30s.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Fine. That's,
Okay. Sustain. Is it one action?
Sustain
sustain a spell?
usually costs 1. It tells you in the spell description, but usually it costs 1. There are some
It
really
only
special
says-
spells that'll cost multiple, but it will tell you if it costs more than 1.
The only thing it says on sequential rounds, the first time you sustain this spell, each round you can leave this sphere on its square or roll it on another square within range.
Then it costs 1 action to sustain. There are some
Okay, perfect.
special
Then I
spells that
use-
cost more than 1 action to sustain, but most if it doesn't say it, it's 1 action.
Okay.
Okay.
There.
So you move the flaming sphere to collide with it, and it will have to roll that save again.
Yes.
You can roll
again.
You can roll your attack on it. It fails again. Wait a second. What is the DC? 19, because it rolled a 19 and that says failure. What is the DC that it has to roll against?
bitch, it's 20 because I'm 20.
20?
20.
The DC is your spell save DC.
It should be on the front
20.
page.
Okay, 20.
Yeah.
So wait,
Uh,
I got
yeah.
a question. How are they 20 when my highest is a 17?
I think yours is wrong. I think you're actually 22. What's your intelligence?
He's
You mean
charisma
charisma?
based.
Charisma, I mean. What
Plus
is it?
4?
Plus, yeah, yours is 22, I think. I think yours should be 20.
Yeah, yours
the
should
heck?
also be 20 because when you hit level 4, I think everybody's is 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure
well,
why it's saying 17.
If you've got the like at least an 18 or plus 4 in that stat, yeah, it should be 20.
Yeah. So how do I fix that? Because
It should
that,
be on
that
the main, on the combat page.
You know why? Because your chilling spray is coming out of that, what's it called? That sphere, remember that you found? That DC
Oh,
is
that's
forever fixed at level 3.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
forever fixed has a fixed DC. So when you use the item instead of your spell slot. You know what I mean?
That's the problem with items.
yeah. You're right. That's why the web was a 20. Okay, okay.
Yeah, you got to keep track of all this crap with the Pathfinder.
Holy crap, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, perfect. Then I.
Very good. You did 12 points of damage against this thing. That's very good.
Yeah. No, Flaming Sphere is a
Oh
very
shit, I just noticed it's finally heavy.
Yeah, it was
Wait,
heavy before.
don't click it yet. Don't.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
Gunther, because you're in between squares, I'm just going to move you up 1.
Okay.
25, 25, 50. So. Okay, there ends my turn.
Which means it's my turn.
Yes.
One move.
You gotta. I gotta put you with inside a square. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
It's hard for me to see.
Yeah,
those.
yeah. The hold on. The grid lines are hard to see. I gotta make them more clear.
All right, so you're ready for me to make my second move?
Yep. Yeah, it's because of gray grid lines with the gray fog effect.
Right. Okay, I'm going to shoot.
21. Nope.
That's my turn.
All right. We got Jathal.
Let's see where I can put her. I did do a -1.
That is a hit regardless. Let me add another 5 points of damage because you're using an axe. It's not automatically put in. Because the game is not registering your hatchet as an axe. 30. Okay, go ahead. Many of the creature's branches are snapped off. It's looking very wounded.
And she goes there, and that's her turn.
Okay, hey John, I have a question. Could you trip with a sudden charge?
I don't think so, because a sudden charge specifies that you got to do a melee attack.
Gotcha.
So usually in the
Okay.
language of how the things are described, it'll tell you.
Alright, well, I'm a sudden charge to it, and I'm just gonna go for a shield bash from my Alchemist Spire.
Well, doesn't a trip have the attack
Hold
trait?
on. Give me a second. If you're here, if you want to move one down, you can flank. You see? You're not flanking because you're
Yeah.
cornered to side. You got to be side to side.
Gotcha. So I think
I'm giving you a little assistance. If you move one down here, you can flank, but I don't know if you got the speed to do that.
John, I think that was like that corner was like my exact speed.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
John,
sadly.
isn't a trip the attack trait?
Yes, it is.
So wouldn't that mean it's an attack? So he could still trip?
No, it specifies a melee attack on the sudden charge. It's not considered
Okay.
a melee attack. It's considered an action with the attack trait.
Okay.
It's not going to cut it.
Okay, no. Okay,
So I guess
All right, then,
you guys should have figured out by now its armor class is 26.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna use my
Yeah.
last action to run away.
At least you didn't
And-
crit fail and
Hold on,
drop your
don't-
shield.
Yeah.
I was gonna say try to go towards Gunther, because if we do that, I would throw the web in between you guys and the tree.
Yeah, I'll let you
And-
take that run back if you want to strategize.
Okay, okay.
And-
Real
and
quick,
'cause- And because Nate can still get over there if he uses his movement.
what do you think we bet if I move toward the right side or the left side of Guntar then? Because I feel like you put that web, there's a decent chance it might walk up to you.
Yeah, you still want to be the closest, right? So,
Yeah. Just out, so. Okay, I think right there should be good, right?
Yep. I think that's your actions.
Yeah, that's my full turn, my bad.
And
All right. Let's see. What happened here? What the hell happened? I lost all my... Oh. Rare. Okay. Clear targets. So which way can I go where I am going to be not able to be attacked by it? Not there. Probably have to double move. That's what I'm thinking. Huh.
If you can get behind Talos and Gunthar, I don't know if you have the movement for that, but...
Well, no, I have to double move, so I'm not going to be able to do a decent attack this turn. I could go here, though. In which case it would have to come through the web.
You don't want to go in that.
But yeah, I would be closest, so no.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, he's going to be slowed by the web to get to me.
He may or may not. He might successfully save.
That's true. That's still 50. No, I'll go up here. I can go as far up as here. I'll go to here. And then I'll try something that's not going to work, but it's the only single action spell I have, is trade death for life, and there's no way this will work on him.
You're out of range. There, you can't do that because it has to be.
I trade death for life. I thought I upped it. No, I didn't. Okay, that's pretty well all I can do, except, well, seeing as how I've got nothing else I can do, really, I will do a recall knowledge.
That's always a good thing to do.
Well, I want to know
knowledge
what
is power.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and roll your roll.
I'll use occultism, and I want to know what his toughness save is. No, it's not going to do it.
15 is a failure.
Yeah, it almost did. It almost rolled to the 15, but 5 it rolled. There you go. Can't do anything else this turn. Next turn.
All right. Oh, yeah. Can I get another token for web?
Sure. Where do you want it? Like...
I'll go more left.
Yeah, protect yourself better.
Yeah, and go down 1. There you go. And we'll cast it. Hopefully it works.
So I don't remember. Does he do a save upon your casting?
Yeah, he does. Pretty sure he does it. Yeah. Doesn't it take effect instantly?
Each time a creature in the web begins to...
He's going to be in the web because you're putting the web at his feet.
Each time a creature in the web begins to use a move action or enters the web during a move action.
Okay, so it only rolls its save when it starts using a move action on its turn.
So I might as well just put it 1.
Yeah, put it up higher.
Yeah, put it up 1 because if it steps in, that's 5 feet.
Also, are there rules about fire in the web? That web spell is really long. I didn't read all of it. Let me see if there's a rule, because there's a flaming sphere over there.
Yes, it is. So, actually, that's a very good question. Are you able to move the sphere?
Yeah,
that's Scarlet Sphere.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it.
So if I put it here, it's not in the fire.
It is. Imagine that 5 is like this. What do you think's around it?
Oh, is it not? Is it 5 feet around it? Oh,
wait a second. What is the radius? Yeah. What's that flaming sphere is actually not just 5 feet?
It is 5 feet, but remember that the 5 feet is around it.
No,
like that. Oh.
Oops.
It says area 1 5-foot square. I thought it was just relegated solely to that square. No.
Let me read it.
I'm used to the D&D 5 and the one.
Yeah, no, it's different because the distances are spell distances are.
It's a 1 foot 5 square. That's what it says on Nethys. I don't know.
Okay, we got the area is 1 5-foot square, and let me see.
So basically, from my understanding on the picture of what a 5-foot square area is that
No,
D5
a
is
5 foot
D-
square is literally just a square.
Yeah.
Well, either way, we were still hitting the. I thought that it
Well,
it
it's
hit
not
it
hitting the
around.
web right here.
Yeah, so
that-
yeah,
Yeah, it's not
that's
hitting.
the entire area of the flaming sphere.
But,
That 5 foot square.
The other thing with flaming spear is you can levitate it up to 10 feet, so you can make it height-wise more powerful than
All
just
right,
bringing
John,
it high.
move the web 5 feet to the left, and then that's my turn.
Okay. All right, the scythe tree. Let me see who is closest. I'm going to do some measurements. From the edge over here is 35. That's 40. From edge over here, I think you guys win. He is going to move right into your web. Okay, so the first movement, let's see. He's going to be 1. That itself is going to activate his reflex save because he moves into your web.
I didn't click that, but
It's all right, I got it.
Oh, okay.
He rolls a 25, which is going to be a success. So that's 5, 10, 15. That's one movement. Now he's going to make a second movement. Once again, activating a reflex save. That's a fail. So he's only moving 5 on that move. And then he's going to make a third movement, once again activating his reflex save. I believe your DC is 20, right?
Oh, lucky.
it is.
He's gonna get right. And you know what? This creature is smart enough to at least get in the range of both of you. So it's gonna get right here. It's got natural instincts. That's it for its turn. Once again, you have bereft it of actions. It has not taken an attack since like 5 rounds ago. So you're up.
Okay. Then I am going to use one of my actions to sustain. Just move it here. So it doesn't attack the web.
Oh,
Ah,
Wow. That creature rolled a nat 20. It uses one of his sidearms to bat away your flaming sphere.
lucky thing. Jesus.
right. Then I am going to do a frostbite on it, which is 60 feet. But
Yeah,
still
so
my
Frostbite
30s.
is the Ray of Frost, but the remaster edition of it. It also can slow it down on a crit. Whoa!
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a nat
Whoa.
20. You crit it, and
That's
you're...
unfair.
What? What am I gonna say? The creature rolled 2 nat 20s. I mean, that's just
Yeah, that's unfair.
that's just the luck.
When I need it, I don't have it. But when the creature needs it, it's good there.
No, no.
That's unfair. I'm going to cry on a corner. And then it's Scarlet's turn.
That's something that none of us can do anything about, and that is pure luck when it rolls 2 nat 20s in a row. That is a hit. A 29 is a hit, and 12 points minus 5 for its resistance. You shoot a couple of arrows in its mouth. You are whittling it down, even though it's resisting a lot of it. A 19 is not going to hit. And that's it for you. And Jathal?
She lost another hatchet.
Jathal, how many hatchets do you have left? He's just
One
it's
left.
stealing your hatchets there.
I'm gonna have to collect them all.
Jada feels like one of those characters that she moves her shirt around and take out a hatchet and throw it.
She's like ballerina John Wick, you know?
Okay, I'm gonna go for another trip.
Sure. I set the DC. Go ahead.
Ooh.
Critical success. So I don't remember what
Nice.
is the critical success condition of a trip. Let me see.
Let's.
I don't remember.
Breaks its neck.
The target falls, lands prone, and takes 1d6 bludgeoning damage. Okay. Unfortunately, the tree has 5 resist bludgeoning, so it takes no damage. You see a bunch of bark fall off, but nothing happens. But yeah, you successfully trip it, of course.
Okay, then I'm just gonna go for a slashing attack on it with my regular claws.
It is off guard to you, because you tripped it.
Okay, so now we know that it has bludgeoning.
At some point, I'm gonna remove your hands, or your teeth. No, it's that's not gonna do.
Lucky me. And that's my turn.
All right. It is once against prone. That's another action you blew on it, and you make it off guard. I think your athletics feat stuff is coming in very handy on this particular enemy. So you can see different enemies have different strategies, and it looks like you guys have figured out a great strategy for this thing, because it has not been able to attack you since the first round.
All right. I'm going to. No, I moved. Can't do that anyways. Okay. Sure. Target it. Okay, it's in range. I'm going to bring out my silver. I know it's not vulnerable to it, but it's more shinier. I'm going to hold up my silver and shoot silver needle darts at it.
Technically, you have to use an action, but I'll give it to you for free because
it doesn't matter.
No. Even off guard, you need to roll a 24 to hit it.
Oh, I can do off guard too, anyways. But yeah, it was too low to get off guard. Damn, I forgot to do that.
This is something with a really high armor class, so you got to deal with that high armor class when you're fighting enemies like this.
That's my best attack for damage attack value.
So another thing that you can think about, I mean, this, you guys are doing great against this thing. Looks like you're going to beat it, obviously. But another thing you want to think about is making it prone and off guard is a circumstance penalty. So if you guys have a way to give it a status penalty like fear, assuming it's not resistant to fear, that will stack to drop its AC to a manageable level.
How about stunned?
What happened?
How about stunned?
Stunned doesn't drop the AC.
Nope, but it takes an action, doesn't it?
Yeah, it wastes actions.
Yep. And he is stunned 1.
What did you hit it with? Let me see.
A daze.
Oh, you hit it with a daze. Excellent. Yep, it is stunned 1. That is so you guys are successfully wasting its actions, but if you want to hit that really high armor class, you got to think about, well, how can I stack different effects to drop your armor class? If you can sicken it, like with your trade deck, if you can sicken it, if you can fear it.
Oh, wait, sorry. I didn't mean to cast Bane. I was looking at it. Oops. I wasn't targeting anything anyways.
Okay, so this creature is stunned 1, so that wastes an action. It is prone, so it uses another action to get up. Now it's going to see what is closest. I'm going to measure from the edge. Scarlet is 30. Is 30.
Jathal's closest.
Jathal's the closest, so it's going to go through that web. I'm going to roll a reflex to see if it can even make a full movement. Once again, gets caught up in your web and moves 5 feet. That's its entire turn. You guys are depriving it of any actions.
Okay, I am going to use my action to move the fireball there.
Once again, it fails its save.
Nice
Ooh.
roll.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
Wow.
Okay, and then I'm not going to use frostbite because it's bludgeoning. I am going to do electric arch on it.
Scarlet,
And it's
tell me how you kill it with your electric arch.
Yay.
There we go. You guys did it.
well, as seeing as fire went up and inflamed the tree, I used my lightning to strike a deadly foe, and it's splintering in half.
It just splits and the splinters flying everywhere. You guys take down a really tough enemy. Congratulations. Now let me see if it gives you any what it gives you, if anything. A lot of these a lot of combats you're gonna walk into do not give you any adequate reward that you would expect.
Is this outside of our level?
No, it wasn't. Technically, it is on the high end of what you should be fighting, but it is something that's doable. If there's an enemy that's beyond your ability to beat, you guys will know right away. So as the tree explodes into an insane number of pieces, you guys see that a whole bunch of crap flies out of it. Most of it are desiccated animal bones. But you look around and there's some junk on the floor, and then there is some coin that flies out of it. It's sort of like if you kill something in Diablo and all this stuff flies out of it.
There's always coins in Diablo.
I think I do need to ask you to make a let me see, probably a perception or a thievery to see if you can find a hidden item. Otherwise,
Okay.
it's lost forever and ever.
I'm going to have J-Tel help me do a thievery.
Okay.
And I forget how that works, but somehow it bonuses me a certain way. What is it called? She has to, partner in crime, can aid me.
Okay.
So
You got a +1 to thievery. You want
I
her to
didn't
roll
set
that?
I didn't set the DC yet. It's okay. Most of you rolled already.
Okay, let's come over here.
That's funny. We're all sitting here rolling. You're like, I haven't got the DC yet.
Your familiar grand schemes one reaction at the start of its turn, which can use to aid your on a deception or thievery skill check. So it can aid.
Yeah, I don't. She's got a +1, man.
Okay. Who's got a +1? Sorry.
Jathal.
Yeah. Who are you aiding?
I'm going to aid Neg because Neg has thievery.
You can't aid yourself, unfortunately.
No, my familiar does.
Oh, okay, sure, that's fine.
Yeah,
So
if the
have your
thing-
familiar roll first.
But the thing is, my familiar does not have the thievery skill, or is it supposed to have the same skill as me?
Oh no, it can use its skill.
Jathal's blind.
Yeah, so how that happens is that it uses 3 plus your ability,
So
your level.
yeah, so your familiar uses a different skill as opposed to thievery to aid your thievery. You get what I mean? That's how aid works. Generally.
Okay. So I'm going to roll perception because that's its lowest reflex, and perception is its lowest skill. So I'll just roll it.
All right.
Okay, so it rolls to aid me this. Does that aid me?
12 will not aid you.
Okay.
So, but it does not hinder you either.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to roll a thievery. I don't have a hero point. Damn it. A 19.
All right, so you got plenty of you scored successes. Nobody actually hit the critical success, so you get the success
Yeah.
treasure, not the critical success treasure. As everything
Okay.
explodes, some of the stuff gets destroyed, so there's some stuff that is lost. But there's plenty of stuff that you do get. There's a whole bunch of gold that flies out of them, as well as this old desiccated bones that belong to hapless creatures. So let me see the total gold that you get. You get 126 gold pieces, and you get a silver ring that's worth 7 gold pieces. I added that to your thing. But you, because everything blew up, and you were trying to use your thievery skill to like save some of the items before they got ripped apart entirely. You were not able to do so, with the exception, one of you guys catches a gem that's worth money, several gems. They are 3 ambers worth 10 gold each. Neg, you just happen to catch this beautiful looking magical scarf in your hand.
A magical scarf.
Yep.
Really?
I put
Is
that
it?
I put that into your inventory. This scarf is unidentified, so for now it is
Yeah.
a scarf that clearly is kind of emanating some sort of magical aura. You do have to use some sort of identify item or arcana check to identify its ability.
But I could tie it around my neck and look really chic the next time we walk into town, right?
It is a
Fabulous.
it is a long billowing silk scarf. Sheer fabric, this is a fine scarf created in the foreign lands of Tian Sha. The scarf itself as a fashion item is very, very beautiful and worth a lot of money. However, its magical properties are lost to you until you are able to identify it. It is a level 3 item.
Nice.
Okay, we'll get it identified when we can and see who can benefit from it. Maybe I won't be able to. We'll see.
John, this is a tree. Is there anything special about its sap or bark or anything?
The tree is an organic tree. It is not a magical or enchanted or undead. It is equivalent to a Venus flytrap. It is just an organic creature that is now dead.
Okay.
So in the mythology of the Galarian world, there are creatures that come out of the Fey world, the Fey Wild, and the longer you are out of the first world or the Fey Wild, they call it the first world here. The longer you spend outside of the first world, the less connection you have. So a fairy that stays outside of the first world for a long, long period of time becomes something that has nothing to do with the Fey. That is actually what happened to gnomes. Gnomes originated in the first world, left it for thousands of years, and have completely lost they're no longer considered Fey because they've lived in the material world for too long. And that's the same with this tree. It originated at some point in the distant past in the first world, but now has lived in the normal world and is pretty much just a malevolent plant. But excellent, and of course, you guys need to have the XP. So this is considered a high XP, but still, even a high XP is 95 XP.
Not too bad.
But that is very good because you guys, the amount of XP that you need to level up doesn't change. So no matter what, it is always 1,200. So from level, 4 to 5, from 5 to 6, it's always 1,200. It's just that enemies of different levels will grant you different amount of XP depending on your level. So I'm going to give you that award. Excellent. There's no quest tied to this. It's just it's just an encounter because you went into this hex. So this is not related to any quest, not related to your quest. It's just you just happen to walk into the scythe tree's clutches. Naturally, you guys have taken a lot of damage. You guys probably going to be making camp soon afterwards.
So we only need about, let's say, 8 more of these trees to farm until we level up.
Yeah, if you want to farm if you want to
We're
play the
complete
game that
farmers.
way, I'm not opposed to it. You can walk back and forth like Final Fantasy style until a combat triggers. You can do that.
No, not farmers.
I
No,
mean, I'm okay, but I mean, it doesn't sound like
The
a fun
tree's
way to
gonna
play the
lose
game.
one.
no, but is
Oh,
there a way
but
to
let's
break?
take a break. By the way, 5 minutes.
Is there a way to break the curse?